Hey friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do my May Plan a Card With Me video, or at least I'm going to attempt it. Seems like everybody in the neighborhood has decided that today is the day they are going to mow their lawns. It is an absolutely gorgeous day outside. So I have started a little bit later than I normally would. It seems like everybody's taking a lunch break right now, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get through this video without getting interrupted by any loud lawn mowing. But yeah, because I am a little bit nervous about the time, I am going to jump right in today. So I've been starting this series this year. I think I started it this year. I may have done one at the end of last year, but it's kind of like a behind the scenes look at what goes into how I put a card idea together, how I go from having zero idea usually to having a completed card concept in my mind ready for filming. So it's kind of like a peek behind the curtain at how my brain works. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. I know a lot of you guys have said you found these really helpful, and if not to your style, at least very interesting to watch. So everybody's brain is different. But anyway, today we are going to start with this paper pad here. This is the Cardabella Here, There, and Everywhere pad. I recently made a card using this pad, and when I was pulling it out, I found this frame that I had tucked in the back. So a lot of times when I make a frame that is like two-toned with pattern paper, it makes two, right? So the other one had red on the outside and the floral on the inside. So if I'm not going to make two cards that day, then I just put the frame together and pop it back in the bag with the paper pad so that I know where it came from next time. So I discovered this frame. This is from the Hello Bluebird Gallery Frame number 2, which is my absolute favorite die in the entire world. And so, yeah, it's got florals on it. I thought it would be a perfect springtime card. I love that pop of red as well. It's just really bright and fun. So this is my jumping off point today, and that's all I know. Well, I do know that my next assignment is Hello Bluebird, so I will be making a Hello Bluebird card, but I do not know what stamp sets I want to use yet, so we will decide all of that together. One thing I did notice is when I die cut these out, I must have used the part of the paper that had the little hole in it. You can't see it because I've got a bunch of scraps in the front, but all of these papers have a little hole at the top because that's where the stores hang it up, you know, for sale. And I didn't realize that I had die cut that part of the paper. So we've got this little spot there where you can see the foam tape showing through from the back. And we are going to have to cover that up somehow. So I need to use a stamp set that has something going up. So something tall, or something like the kites that I used in that previous video. I'm not going to use that stamp set because I did explain how that set is retired. It's no longer available. But something like that. A balloon. I need something that will go in the top part and not look weird to cover that up if I want to use this frame. I could also cover it up with maybe like a sequin or something, but I don't know if it would cover it up enough. So I'm going to be looking through my stamp sets for something that is like taller or would be flying. Okay, so that's what I'm going to sort through my stamp sets for, and then I will be back to show you the sets that I've narrowed it down to, and we'll decide from there. Alright, I've pulled out a couple different stamp sets. I tried to stay away from any of the sets that I have used anytime recently. So far this year, if I've used it already this year, I would prefer to use something different that maybe hasn't been given as much love lately. So this is the couple that I pulled out. So I've got the Hello Bluebird Carried Away. We've got a bunch of critters with balloons, and that could work. I could maybe place a balloon covering up that, and then have the critter kind of hanging down. So that's a possibility. I also have the Forest Fawns. I love this stamp set, and I haven't used this in a while. So I thought maybe I could have like one of the butterflies up there covering up that little hole. That could be cute. Or the other option is the Be Happy stamp set, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite Hello Bluebird stamps of all time. I just love these little bees. This is my favorite image of all of them. I love him so much. I just think he's so sweet. I think any of these would work. Because of the florals around the outside of this paper pad, I'm kind of leaning toward the bees. Also, I had a yellow jacket trapped in my craft room Sunday morning. He interrupted my morning journaling, and I had to catch him with a glass and take him outside and release him because I didn't want to kill him, but I also didn't want him in my craft room. So I've just had a bee, or a kind of bee, in my craft room recently, so I'm kind of gravitating toward this one. I think that could be really cute. Also, we've got like a lot of little yellow flowers in there, which would really pull well with this color palette. So yeah, I think I'm feeling the bees. I think I'm feeling those. Okay, so let's set these aside. All right, so let's go grab just a white piece of cardstock that I can kind of tuck behind this, and we can use that as like a template to figure out our placement. So I'm going to open up this stamp set, and let's see, do we want to use the strawberries? I think definitely the strawberries, because we have the red already. That just seems like a natural fit. So let's go ahead and place those down. Right here seems like a good spot. Somewhere there. Do we also want the flowers? I think yes. I think the flowers could be nice as well, since we've got, you know, a lot of florals here. So maybe we've got one, maybe we'll tuck it down a little bit underneath there. We might have to trim that down. Maybe we have the strawberries going in front and the floral kind of behind. That could be cute. What else? We could do another smaller flower here, maybe right about there, just to fill in that gap. And then we have some extra leaves. Could tuck that in there maybe. Do we want 2 leaves? There's another one we could use. Maybe there, something like that. I mean, we can move them around, but okay, so we need a bee for sure. Which bee is gonna have his wings in that right position? Maybe my favorite. Let's see, if we put him right there, that should cover the little spot completely. Do we want another bee? This is my second favorite right here. Do we want to put him in here? Maybe right there. That could be cute. What about this little glass of honey? I really love this image. I think it's just super cute with the little splashes on the outside. Could do that. Maybe he's carrying his pollen. He's got to stay up there though. Can't come down any further. That could be cute. It's not covering up anything except for the stem of the strawberry, and the flower is still over there, so it's nothing important. So that's nice. So there'll be a lot of green there, and then we'll have a little pop of yellow with the honey. That's looking pretty darn full. There is this other little like partially open flower, but I don't know if there's room for it or not. Unless we had it like coming up. I I don't know. I don't want to make it too crowded unless we put it like over here. So it's only covering up some more leaves. Maybe tuck it right in there somewhere. I don't know if that's looking too crowded or not. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm just thinking about it here. I'd like to use it. I like the way it looks, but I don't want to overcrowd my scene. Okay, so let's leave it off for now. Just put it back on the, okay, so it goes right there. And think about a sentiment. So we have happy bee day just because you're the bee's knees and be happy. So all of those are really small. They're not going to fill up this space very much. So do I want to maybe use partial dies? Do like happy, and then we could do the bee day underneath it, like on a little, maybe heat embossed on a little banner or something. Let me take a look and see, let me take a look at my dies and see what I might want to use. Okay, so I basically have two different options. So we do have these word dies that come with the Hello Bluebird Gallery Frame 6. There's a congrats, a hello, and a love. So we could do one of those. We could do like congrats, happy bee day, or hello just because, or hello you're the bee's knees. I don't think the love one would work. So that's a possibility. Or I could just use the Jane small alpha dies, which I often do use with this Hello Bluebird Gallery Frame 2 because they are the perfect size to put a short-ish word right in here. Well, let's see. Let's see how the congrats fits in there. Could do... Okay, it seems like it needs to go down towards the bottom. Happy bee day, congrats. Does that seem to make sense? Or does it make more sense to do congrats, happy bee day? But then because of that big swooping T, it doesn't really fit up there to make room. It makes the phrase crooked. So the congrats would almost have to be towards the bottom, which would leave the rest of the sentiment to have to go above. So happy bee day, congrats. Does that sound right? Or should I just do like the Jane small alpha and spell out the word happy and just do the happy and then only emboss the word bee day, like happy and bee day? I don't know. I really am leaning towards doing the happy with the Jane small alpha, but I do use those letters often with this, and so that makes me think maybe I should do the congrats just for something different. Let's do it. Let's do something different. Okay, I think it still makes sense. Happy bee day, congrats. I think it still makes sense. All right, so that is how our card is going to look. So I am going to take a picture. So I will grab my phone and just line that up and snap a photo so that I have that and can refer back to it when it comes time to make the card. And then in the meantime, I can take this part aside because I won't need this for now. I can put the sentiment away, and then I will grab my Misty and we will stamp out all of these images. All right, so I've got my Misty out, and I'll pop another piece of cardstock in there. That's Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth Premium White cardstock, which is what I use for my Copic coloring. And then I'm just going to start pulling off these images and arranging them on this sheet so that there's room in between for die cutting. There's a leaf, and there was another leaf, and the little honey jar. I think I'm going to put that there, and we'll put the flower up there. Take another look and just make sure that there's room. Like I said, I want to make sure I can die cut everything with one pass if possible, so I just want there to be enough room between things to line up those dies. I think that looks pretty good, so I'll close the door of my Misty, use that to pick up my stamps. There we go. And then I will grab my Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. This is alcohol marker friendly, so it's good with your Copics or any other alcohol markers that you might use for your coloring. And I will ink up these stamps. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of little bees buzzing around in the garden right now. My lilacs are all in bloom. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. This is my favorite time of the year for flowers because lilacs are my #1 favorite. I have 6 different varieties, and I just love them. I have pink and blue and purple, different shades of purple, dark purple, light purple. I love lilacs so much. It's my favorite smell on the whole planet. And they are in full bloom right now, which is so exciting. I have to walk around the side of the house every single day so that I can just stop and smell the lilacs. I don't care about smelling the roses. I gotta smell the lilacs. But yeah, I love them so much. But there's a lot of buzzing things around right now too because all of the flowers are starting to bloom. Oh, I accidentally stamped that upside down. I just realized. Oh well, that's not a big deal. I guess I'll just have to remember that when I'm coloring it. That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever done that before. Anyway, I'm just going to ink these up again because once is not enough for me. I like to have a nice dark outline. That's a great thing about using the Misty or any other kind of stamp positioner rather than an acrylic block is that you have the ability to stamp in the exact same place as many times as you need to without any, you know, like blurred edges or anything. Everything should be nice and crisp. So let me just push down a little bit harder. There we go. That's looking pretty good. I think I want a little bit more on the bee and the strawberries, so I'm just going to ink up those by themselves and stamp that down one more time. That is definitely better. Okay, so I can go ahead and pull that out. There we are, and we can set that aside. And then I'll just clean off my stamps with my stamp chamois, and then I'll be back. Alright, so normally the next step would be to choose some pattern paper or a color palette that I want to use, but we already know because we started out with this frame from the Cardabella Here, There, and Everywhere 6x6. So that's what I'm going to use as the inspiration for my color palette. Let's see if I have a scrap that I can, yeah, I've got a scrap that I can like tuck under to pull my my coloring palette out of for the video. So I've got it like on screen with me, so I can go ahead and use that to match up with my Copic coloring chart and just pick the colors that will be the closest to the pattern paper so that it really pulls the whole card together. So I will keep that. I'll just tuck that back inside the front there for now. And then all we really have left is to choose a card base. And I'm thinking maybe the purple. I really love the purple in there, and I thought that might be pretty and something different. So let me see here. I have a couple different, what do I have that's already pre-made in purple? I've got some light purple That one is MFT, what is it? Grapesicle cardstock. This is another one, but it's going the wrong way. And then that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. And that's the wrong way. So this is Lawn Fawn Sugar Plum. So maybe we'll do the Grapesicle. I could always cut down another piece of the Sugar Plum, but I don't know. I kind of like the soft purple with that. You know, it won't show except for around the very edges. I don't know. Does the darker purple look nicer around the edges? I don't know. I like it both ways. I don't know. I think I'm feeling the softer for spring. So I think I'm going to use the MFT Grapesicle cardstock. So I will set this all together in a little pile on my desk so that I know what I'm going to film for Friday. So today's video is the plan the card with me, and Friday's video will be the completion of that card. So if you want to see how this card turns out, stay tuned for Friday. And yeah, this one went really fast this month, which is great because I can hear somebody in the distance kind of starting up their lawnmower. So I'm sure people are going to be back at it pretty soon here. So yeah, super quick this month, but I hope you guys enjoyed it and found some value in it. If you did, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and let me know. I love to hear from you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted whenever I post new videos. I typically post new videos every Monday and Friday, but occasionally I do some bonus videos as well. Next week I will have a bonus video on Saturday for Lawn Fawn. So yeah, you just never know, so it's a good idea to have those notifications turned on. That way you never miss a video. But thank you guys so much for watching. Everything will be linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And I'll see you all soon in another one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.